Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by my channel. I am Serge T. In this video I will be talking about AEW Dynamite for the 12th of June 2024. Of course, like I said, it's AEW Dynamite, and Swerve is in whose house? Well, he's in his own house, Swerve's house. And at Forbidden Dor is Swerve versus the international champion Will Osprey. Now, Swerve talks about how he has seen Will Osprey previous events, seen him as an assassin, but not at Double or Nothing. For some reason, he didn't see him as a killer, as an assassin. And he talked about how he better not hesitate to pull the trigger on him when they face each other at Forbidden Dor. Then the Elite show up. And whose house, says Okada. And the sheep say Swerve's house. Man, you guys really just cringe all around. It's like, then he goes, "It's my house, bitches." And he loves saying that word, man. Yeah. And Nicholas Jackson talks about all the guys that they ran out. Pretty much the entire team AEW. You can name them on one hand, right? You can name them, including Eddie Kingston and even Darby Allin now. I believe they said that he had he has a injured back. They said something about about FTR, and I'm thinking, was FTR one of them have that? But I think they are the ones that confirmed the news. It went by so quick. I'm trying to listen, but then sometimes I'm zone out, And Swerve actually brought up that those guys haven't defended their titles, the Elite, the tag team, or the Continental titles, and that's when they came out. And then Nicholas Jackson proposes blood and guts. Usually it's 5-on-5. They have 4. And they offer Swerve a place in the Elite as the 5th man. And then to kind of sweeten the deal, I guess, they offer him a pair of their Elite sneakers, which don't look impressive to me. I think they look kind of, what do you call it? Kind of mid, right? Like how people like to describe some of these wrestlers who are not so good, that they're mid, And then he gives it to Swerve, and then he hands it to Nana, and he's talking about how he's a businessman, right? Nana just flings him into the crowd. So somebody had a free pair of Elite sneakers. And then we see the Acclaim join Swerve to even the odds as the Elite look to add Swerve to the injured list. Pretty good, pretty decent opening segment. It's always good to see Swerve. And, speaking of the Elite, one of their members, of course, Jack Perry, isn't going to be involved up next in the qualifier match for the vacant TNT title. And he'll be facing Dustin Rhodes. And right when the match started, they had an announcement, and I'm like going, did I hear correctly? Mercedes is defending her title against Zutsut. I don't know how to pronounce her name. A tag team partner of Stephanie Vaquer from CMLL. Going to do that tonight. When she has a title match at Forbidden Dor. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's like, again, TK. Again, you have a big time match coming up, right? At Forbidden Dor, but let's let her defend her title, even though you know damn well Mercedes is not going to win the match. I'll talk about that later when the match happens. And then talking about having any kind of a doubt. Was there any doubt who's winning this match between Jack Perry and Dustin Rhodes? Love Dustin, a legend. He's definitely one of my favorites, especially when he was Goldust. But we see one spot, and it's like yeah, we get a no-sell as Perry kicks out of the Crossroads. After the build-up by it was just a build-up that almost guarantees Dustin wins it with the Crossroads. That's the commentators were all hyped about it. Oh my God, he's gonna get it on him. And I'm like, come on, really? And then we see a running knee by Jack Perry. He puts down the natural in the end. And Jack Perry gets the win and advances to join Takeshita and Briscoe in the ladder match at Forbidden Door. Looking pretty good. The field there, it's going to be interesting. And Renee Paquette, you ask a dumb question, you should get a dumb answer. I mean, she should understand the question like, you were opponents last week. How are you gonna work together tonight? What the fuck? She was saying that to what do you call it? To what's that? Well, she was talking to Kyle O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe. There was matches that these three had on Collision. I'm trying to remember. Was it? I think it was. It could have been Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly, or Kyle O'Reilly versus what do you call it? Orange Cassidy. I wasn't paying attention, or did I just repeat what I just said? But Kyle O'Reilly versus Mark Briscoe, or Kyle O'Reilly versus Orange Cassidy, or Orange Cassidy versus Mark Briscoe. Whatever it was, why do you ask that dumb question every time? Can they coexist? It's a match between two people that respect each other. Probably are friends. They just had a match, right, on Collision. I mean, I don't know for sure. I didn't watch Collision. Then you ask that dumb question. Isn't she better than that, right? You had Mark Briscoe, because then up comes in, pops in Willow, and then Mark Briscoe was talking all kinds of just nonsensical stuff, because you know how he is. He's out there. He's as far out there as aliens, you know what I'm saying? Great guy, love him. We all do, right? Great wrestler. He's the ROH World Champion. However that, whatever that means nowadays. But he's the champion. But he was rolling, talking some crazy stuff only Mark Briscoe can do. Now, Rush versus who? It's a certain Dion Russman. It's a hometown talent, and a man who will be visiting a local medical facility. And Rush gives his opponent the horns and wins this match easily. So this is how you're going to build up Rush, taking on the former champion MJF. He has the ability to beat anybody on this roster. He gets this easy victory, and then he takes the mic and he calls his opponent, as he calls the crowd also, weak. And then MJF's music hits and they come to blows. And a typical pull-apart brawl. They went into the crowd, and I am not interested. I don't think these two garner any interest from me. And I know, and then, so, you know, whatever happens here happens. And then I'm like, oh, goody. These two next week face off in a commercial-free match on Dynamite. So TK is pulling the trigger already on this match. You know, heck with a build-up towards something bigger. Nah, we'll have it on Dynamite. So it goes to show that they really don't give a fuck about this feud. If they really did care about it, they would have given it a better, more of a build. Just this, one and done, 1-2 weeks, and that's it. They're gonna blow it off on a Dynamite. Commercial free, yeah. At least we're not gonna have that, picture in picture. At least we can watch the match. How many fucking breaks did he have during the what do you call it? The main event? Too much for my for me, to care. The International Championship. How many breaks did they have? Now, 6-man tag team action with Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and the ROH World Champion Mark Briscoe taking on Konosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and Roderick Strong. I don't know why they put Roderick in there. They put Roddy in there instead of Trent Beretta. He was all decked out and dressed up and everything as part of the Don Callis family, but he wasn't in action. And whatever, I mean, Orange Cassidy's there. It's an old foe of his, right? Former best friend, right? But it was good seeing Roderick Strong. I'm not complaining. Roderick Strong's there. That's good. And this match is it's a typical all over the place multi-man match, what I am not a big fan of. I'm not. But all of these men are talented and they all got their shit in. But in the end, the team of Roddy Strong and the Don Callis family take this one. And then Willow, she's coming out there to help her friend Orange Cassidy. But it's like, what's she going to do? Mix it up with the men? And then she's on stage and she gets taken out by Chris Statlander. And then Stokely Hathaway with mic in hand and promises that if she gets in their business next time, talking to Willow, they will drag her ass not to the stage, but to the ER. I think Willow can beat Stokely's ass. I don't know why he's trying to stir that pot. All my money, I bet I'll put all my money on Willow. But that's that. That feud is building. It's brewing. I like it. Let's don't just blow it off on the damn Dynamite. There, TK. How about you set it up for a big time place to do it? Time and place. And then Rey Fenix is seen backstage as Renee Paquette is talking and he's stretching and getting warmed up. And according to her, she said that Rey Fenix is one of one. One of one. What? One of one that always gets injured? I guess that's it, right? Don't know what that means. And an Eliminator match. Oh boy. Next week we will get an Eliminator match. Well, 2 matches where the winners get shots at the Continental and the Tag Team titles. Wow, TK is hard at work being redundant. You had Christopher Daniels, the interim EVP, introducing it backstage, talking loud like it was a big deal. This is something that's been happening week after week. Why do we have to be excited about it? What is the point of these matches when nobody gets a victory over the champion most of the time, or even maybe all the time? I can't remember the last time a champion lost in an Eliminator match. It's happened before, but it's been a while. But rarely does it happen in lately that I've been watching. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's one of those things where it's like the last number of weeks, right? Eliminator match, I've not seen a person beat a champion. What's the point of having those? Is it lazy booking? Oh, we just do this. And it's a random person too. It's not going to be someone who is on that top 5 of the so quote unquote what do you call it, ranking systems that they seemingly forgot. And they'll bring it up once in a while, right? Hey, break, man. And now, Samoa Joe and Hook look to beat a bunch of jobbers in Tony Nese and Arya Daivari. Not Sean Daivari. Sean Daivari is in WWE right now. Actually, one of the guys that came to the aid of Ricochet as he was slammed, power bombed into the damn windshield of a car on Raw. And speaking of why I'm putting this together is because Ricochet might be coming to AEW. That's the go-to. Someone leaves WWE. Oh, you'll be great on AEW. Will he? Really? Is he going to be put in the title picture, in the main, the main event, in the world title picture? He's great and everything, but he is the king of the mid card. He won every mid card title, even the NXT mid card title in WWE, the Intercontinental title, the U.S. title on the main roster, and then he won the North American title on NXT. Great. He's a great performer, great wrestler, but we know what they say he lacks? This. Promo. Talking on the mic. When you listen to him, yeah, he is kind of weak. Not bad, but if you want to push him to be a main eventer, and he probably has the tools, and WWE has seen that And they tried helping him probably on his promo skills, but he never got any better. And that's how you have to. You go. That's part of the package there. You can't just go out there and perform and do great matches and do flippy flips and all that stuff and think that you're gonna get pushed. Well, not in WWE, anyways. He's been a world champion. He's held the titles before, but is anything gonna be worth it in AEW? Is he gonna go there? I don't know. Now, like I said, Samoa Joe and Hook, they look to beat a bunch of jobbers, and Tony Nese and Arya Daivari, they're known as the premier athletes. Yeah, sure. They may be, but have they been shown? Has it been highlighted? Their abilities in the ring and all that stuff? I mean, prominently anyway. I'm not talking about ROH. I'm not talking about Rampage or, And then Excalibur, according to him, these two have racked up quite a win-loss record on AEW, on Collision or Dynamite or Rampage. No, on ROH. Really, man? Who cares? Does anybody care? Does anybody know who these guys are anymore? And then in this match, how it ends, Hook taps out Daivari in the ring. Joe taps out Nese on the apron, and then Shibata gets into it and taps out Mean Mark Sterling on the outside floor. And then at the end of the match, you still him, even after everybody's pretty much gone from the ring, Mark Sterling still laid out. You hear Taz laughing. I mean, he just bounces from people to people, don't he, Mark Sterling? He was with Jade at one time, Jade Cargill and stuff. I mean, what's that guy doing? What is he about? Anybody care about him? He just pops in and pops out. Like he's still. I was thinking, he's still. What do you call it? Employed AEW. But oh, that's right. He's on ROH. And then Stephanie Baker. This is her in the promo, or addressing her comments towards Mercedes Moné. She is La Primera, and she works hard for her title while Mercedes walks the red carpet and is too much involved in the Hollywood thing and look at me and all that stuff, right? And she talks about how Mercedes, she wants the title that was supposed to be hers, talking about her, Baker's New Japan Strong Women's Championship. But she says that she's ready for the CEO, and at Forbidden Dor, she's ready to be the first ever New Japan Strong and TBS double champion. And then we get to the match. Out comes the CEO, Mercedes Moné, and she, of course, defends her title successfully. A very physical match. Her opponent there, Zoot Suit, however you pronounce her name. Big girl, tough girl, strong, but she was no match for Mercedes Moné because she's booked to be strong. She's 2-0 since winning her championship. And she's in the thing, but then, it's like I said, what else do you expect? Like, even though if she lost her title tonight, she would have been able to challenge still for the New Japan Strong Women's title. But then we hear that Baker is going to be defending her title against La Catalina in a few days. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's like they can't even wait till after a big match at Forbidden Dor to be done first. That's a big match there, folks. And then you want to just put that match out there. Okay, it makes her stronger, right? And I've been talking about how she should be in more matches, right? But you're going to put her in a title match? How about you wait till she's defending her title and then you put her in regular matches here and there and stuff like that? It's like, why are you putting her in title matches where you know she's not going to lose. You know how anticlimactic that is, and you don't really give a fuck about the match if someone's gonna, you know, that person's not gonna lose her championship. Why would she lose her championship before a big match at Forbidden Door? Yes, they put the caveat there. Oh, even if she loses her TBS title, she still can challenge for the New Japan Strong. That's not what we signed up for. Meaning that's not what we are going to pay money for. What, $50 almost, right, for that pay-per-view? I don't want to do that and then just watch a match for the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. I want to see both titles on the line. So we know that she's not going to lose. Why are you going to make a champion lose? And you know Stephanie Vaquer is not going to lose her title to La Catalina. If she does, that's not the match that we want or we wanted to see. Very interesting. Very interested in Stephanie Vaquer. I've seen some stuff from her. I've seen videos. I've seen her when she cut this promo. She's impressive. She looks good. She looks great. She can move in that ring. She's very, very good in that. What she does. Very talented. But I want to see her and La Catalina, who I don't even know who the fuck that is. Because AEW, notorious for not highlighting or showcasing these people from CMLL or whatever promotions. Huh? We'll see about that. And here's another thing too. I haven't seen Zeus's here on AEW. And she earned a TBS title shot. Hell with the ranking system, huh? Maybe she ranked up on Rampage or ROH. Maybe I should watch those shows, but I'm not going to. So if she's been on there, I guess that's how she earned it. But then again, we know how AEW is. Hell with the ranking system. We're just going to put whoever we want. You know, TK is the one that's, has the blackboard there and putting the matches together. Nobody else is doing it but him. Old control freak there. And then we find out that Mox defends the IWGP, the No Japan World Championship, against Tatsuya Naito. And then that's at the Forbidden Door. And then another match at Forbidden Door is Zack Sabre Jr., who comes out of his cave for his one-off yearly appearance at Forbidden Door to face Orange Cassidy. Zack Sabre Jr., one of the great talents, right? A guy who has great matches. A guy who is very, very, what's the word? But he's very, people really, really are impressed with his work. He's one of the top wrestlers in the world. But then again, it's like, how come I only see him at Forbidden Door? And you see him for a couple maybe Dynamites afterwards, and then he leaves and goes wherever he goes and where he performs. It's like, is this his thing? Is he doing an Undertaker thing where he only appears at one event? You know? But then again, Undertaker didn't do that, but you know what I mean. You know, like Undertaker would win at, and then he would attend other pay-per-views. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's just like, is he a marquee guy that we see him once a year in this match? I mean, in this pay-per-view? You tell me. I'm impressed with what he does. I like the match that he had with Danielson. Great match. Here he is again. Now Orange Cassidy. Love Orange. Where did this come from? Where the hell did this come out of left field? I think there was a challenge that was laid out probably on X. Like, man, you can say whatever you want if you want to defend the way AEW is booked. But the way they book sucks. The way they do creative sucks. Great matches, sure. But then it's just random. I mean, granted, this is Forbidden Door. So it's like the Forbidden Door. These guys are coming through the AEW's doors to challenge them. But it's like, when I say random, it's just like Zack Sabre Jr. Just out of nowhere. Here he comes again to grace us with his presence, at Forbidden Door. But then after that, we don't see him again. Here and there, but really. Now, Mina Shirakawa is featured. This was a good thing because it actually talked about a lot of things that she does. we've seen her over the weeks since she's been just here and there and random and coming to the aid of her best friend there, her BFF there, Miss Mariah May. Fine, let me figure out she's talking about how she's a former model. I can see why. Gorgeous, beautiful. She's a 5-time Stardom champion. And she's a tag champ with her BFF, Mariah May. And she says she wants everything. And then we find out as the AEW Women's Champion, Timeless Toni Storm, who Mina Shirakawa is going to be challenging. There's going to be a contract signing, and Mariah May tells her idol, her, I guess you could say her mother figure, that she's going to be the one moderating it. She's going to take care of it, make sure that everything goes right, everything goes okay. Okay, we'll see how it goes. And up next, at least there was only one segment. TV time with the boring, learning tree, Chris Jericho. And I had no time for this horse shit. I fast forwarded it really quick. And, as I'm fast forwarding, I see that Private Party came out. And then they took out Chris Jericho and Big Bill. Who fucking cares? Because I can't stand them either. Nothing but shite here. Really. Nothing but shite. And I could just skip that. I really don't care. Now, the Bang Bang Gang call out the House of Black for Collision. And this is going to be Collision's 1-year anniversary. Kind of hard to believe, but 1 year has passed. And then Daniel Garcia's in the match. He takes on Nick Camarado, who will fall to Garcia as he does, despite being bigger than Garcia. He falls to the guy. He loses to him. The dude's nothing but a guy with size, strength, intensity. He could easily be AEW's version of Braun Strowman. And then we see Daniel Garcia, who's 50 pounds lighter than him and all that. He kind of cinches it in, his head right here, right? Cinches in, and then he basically picks him up for like a suplex, and then he just drops him on his face. That's it. He was able to lift that guy. He was nothing but Daniel Garcia should have just wrestled a sack of shit. Seriously. That's it. Or a damn heavy bag. Because he didn't give up no offense. If he did, it was fleeting. It's like, that guy should just hang it up or leave AEW. Because Nick Camarado, as long as I can remember, has been nothing but crap. It's like, what do you do taking a big guy like that who could be impressive and they just feed him to people? You got to make Daniel Garcia look strong because he's looking to face Osprey for his international title. And that, he's backstage too, watching. Renee Paquette approaches him. He has that contract for the world heavyweight title. I guess he hasn't signed it yet, and he's just holding on to it, looking at it. I don't know what he's doing with it. But my God, that was a waste of a match. Daniel Garcia looks strong, but who cares when you look strong against somebody who hasn't even been pushed or even given even one iota of a push, or even look good. A big guy like him, and he got taken out convincingly like that, as if he were just a 120-pound local talent and enhancement talent. The dude's like what, 285, maybe 300 pounds. Man. Now, Pac is backstage, or maybe a recorded vignette, and he's supposed to be a bastard. That's what he's saying. But he feels like a bitch. But now that changes, and he's back to being angry. And he will be entering and winning the Owen Hart Cup. It's known as the Owen Hart, tournament. He don't want to call it the Owen Hart Cup. I don't know, what is it called for really? Owen Hart Cup, the Owen Hart Tournament, the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament. But he says that he will be damned if he doesn't get his Wembley moment. the AEW's way of saying WrestleMania moment, because it's going to be in Wembley, all in, right? I guess that's where the you win the Owen Hart Cup, the tournament, and you get a shot at at all in Wembley. He says he wants to get that Wembley moment and then win the biggest prize in the industry. I don't know if it's bigger than the WWE, you know, championship. Bigger than even the NWA or even the TNA. Those things have been in existence for a long time. Yes, I agree, man. I like the line of champions that they've had in that championship. So that does give them a very, very good, what do you call it? They have a really good lineage of champions. I don't think I disagree with any of the champions that have held that title. But don't go saying the richest prize, the biggest prize in this industry. Maybe for AEW, sure. But let's be serious. Let's be real. Comparing it to the other championships out there. Right up there. Maybe right on the precipice of that, right along the line there. But the biggest one, don't know. That's kind of like up for debate there. Now, the International Championship match. Will Osprey defends against the ever-injured Rey Fenix. And who will come out on top? Is there a new champ? Or is there, will we hear and still champion? Now, with Swerve watching as his opponents for Forbidden Dor, Will Osprey, he's watching. And he watches his Forbidden Door opponent Will Osprey successfully defend his international title. There's some spots in this thing, I swear. Rey Fenix has a death wish, or he wants to be injured again. I don't know. I mean, there were some good spots. You see attempted Hurricane Rana, and Will Osprey flips out of it, lands. And then Will Osprey does a move to, I believe it was a tornado DDT, and then Rey flipped out of it and landed on his feet. There was a time when he was doing that. Will Ospreay was doing something, and I honestly thought that he was going to go from the top turnbuckle and drill Rey Fenix into the damn apron. I wouldn't have put it past them. Not about the safety of their wrestlers. It's about putting on a great moment. And like the great Dutch Mantel says, what happened with Edge when he broke his leg? I love when he says, we're going to remember it. It's a holy shit moment, what the fuck moment, holy shit moment, right? But see, we're going to remember it for 15 seconds. But then the guy that got hurt, like Edge, he's going to remember that for the rest of his life. Broken leg, broken tibia. Is it worth it? Hey, we ask that every fucking time. And now, after the match, Swerve gets in Osprey's face and starts yelling at him for not being strong enough. But upon separating, Osprey ends up holding both titles and puts them both over his shoulders. Bold move. And then Swerve tells Osprey he's lucky they are still friends, because anybody else would have done that, he'd have put him into the grave. I mean, is he lying? And whose house it is? Swerve's house? I don't know. Osprey pretty much said in this thing too. He says, when he went to beat Rey Fenix, he told him that this is his house. Hit him with a hidden blade, stomped him to the ground, right? Stomped him into the ground, and then got the pinfall. Defended his title. Very good match, very physical. I love it, very competitive. But like I said, every time Rey Fenix is in the ring, I cringe. Not because of him. Great wrestler, great performer, a lot of charisma, a lot of ability in the ring, but I'm thinking, is he going to injure himself again? How many times has he been injured in his tenure? And I think he's been with AEW since the beginning, 5 years, right? How long has he been in the ring, actually? as opposed to being on the sidelines on the injured list. I don't know, man. This is like I want him to have a long career, and he has a long career. He's been in wrestling for a while, but how long? How much is that? Have that has been in the ring, right? I love Death Triangle, right? It'd be great to have them as a consistent unit. But then when Ray Phoenix gets injured, Penta's on his own. He could team up with Pac, but then Pac has his own focus. And then when it's something that's special, they need the numbers, they come together. Take on House of Black, take on the Acclaim, take on, the Bang Bang Gang, right? All these guys that have trios. And Phoenix was looking for his second championship or his second reign with the international title because he had to relinquish it. He didn't have a long reign with the first time because of injury, right? So, I mean, you just wish the best for him. I do. I think he's great. And I don't want him being injured again. Same thing with Dante Martin, some of these guys that take too many risks. Yes, that's their style. But sometimes you need to kind of switch it up and you break those moves out at pay-per-views and not every week. Because if you break it out every week, you're going to break something. Eventually, your body, it's just like stress fractures, right? You keep putting stress on your damn knees and all that stuff. Eventually, pop. Why would you do that? Don't you want longevity? Don't these guys want longevity in their careers? I mean, we want to see them continue. We want to see them continue to, perform and not be injured all the time. Like, we're involved with them, right? They got a good feud going on, storyline, and then, oh shoot, what happened to Ray? Or what happened to Dante? Oh, they got injured at a house show. They got injured on Collision. They got injured in ROH. Isn't that what happened with Dante Martin when he had that horrible fracture where he was looking this way but his foot was pointed that way? Right, he went through the stacked tables. He was with Penta, I think. He was wrestling him. I think it was on ROH, I think. It was on Death Before Dishonor. I don't, something like that. I think I'm probably saying the different pay-per-view for a different company, but it was something like that where it was unnecessary. Enough with the unnecessary bumps and unnecessary spots. From different heights. I mean, you can do them, but be smart. Be smart about it. Don't just trot them out there and go, okay, you're gonna do this. Can these guys talk? Can these guys argue with TK? Can you tell them not argue, but kind of like ask them, should we do this? Or is TK backstage a fucking tyrant and telling them, you gotta do this. It's for the ratings. It's for the damn company. We gotta do this. But speaking about this, I actually did enjoy Dynamite. Wasn't perfect. At least the one thing that I loved is that I think maybe they listened to the fans. One segment with Jericho, with the whole learning tree, TV time with the learning tree, whatever. I knew I wasn't missing much when I fast forwarded it. Oh, the what do you call it comes out. Ooh, fucking Private Party comes out, and then they turn on Jericho and Big Bill because he was trying to give them advice and all that stuff about partying. Make sure you have a designated driver. Haha, fucking corny as fuck. Jericho. Drop this character, Jericho. It's not working. There's people out there that want to kiss his ass because who he is, the legend and everything, the icon, right? The Hall of Famer, future one, right? Oh, it's doing great. Oh, he's a heel. He's supposed to get you to hate him. No. What the thing about it is that you don't want someone to hate you and give you go away heat, meaning get the fuck off my TV heat. You want somebody to hate you so badly you come back next week to see if he's gonna get his. Not, I don't want to see you again. You are annoying as fuck. I don't want to see you. Your heel gimmick sucks. You know what I mean? You don't want people hating you for real. You want them to hate them, but also love him at the same time because you want to come back and watch him again next week. See what he does. That's the heel, not the heel that you guys want. You like it? Why? Oh, he's getting under your skin. That's how he's supposed to do as a heel. No, he's not. Not in my opinion. Not in my book. Not in other people's books. People out there that like him, okay, whatever. You want to like him, go ahead. I'm not telling you who to like or not like. But like I've always said, don't feed me that bullshit. Don't say that I gotta like him. And then like people like me and other people, and then you got people that wanna, you know, I've never had it happen to me, but I've read people that they don't like something, and these guys get all butthurt. These fans, these toxic fans, and they want to threaten a person's life and their family's life. Get a life, get a grip yourself. You know, it ain't all about you, selfish. It's not about us liking what you like. You know, we like what we like. We have to kind of come to an understanding. You know, like you don't like what I like, okay. Don't go, I hate you. I wish nothing but death on you because you don't like who I like. Where are you coming from? Seriously. It's just the silliest thing when it comes to the IWC, some of the people in that community. You got some good people in there, but boy, you got a bunch of knuckleheads. You know, just get a grip. Not everybody's not gonna like who you like. You know, you like it, that's fine. Don't expect people that don't like it to come over to your side. Maybe you can get them to understand why you like that person, but don't say that you suck or I'm going to do this to you because you don't like who I like. You could be a stan all you want, but don't expect people to join you in that silliness if they don't like it. So that's all I got to say. But anyway, that's my video. So for those of you, excuse me, I almost tripped on my tongue. For those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And until next time, take care, and I will see you in my next video.